Thank you. Welcome, everyone. And as everyone's preparing, we want to thank Julie and thank you, Megan, for joining us this morning to help us all prepare Hamentashen for Purim coming up this Thursday evening and Friday. And to everyone who's joining us this morning, to the Retreat Institute and the Jewish Education Center for helping fund all of our holiday Chavayot programs. We want to share with you, this is one in a series of our holiday Chavayot programs. Chavaya is experience in Hebrew, to experience the season. And we'll have Luach Lion show us which month are we in the Jewish year. We are in Adar. Adar is special, not only because it's my birthday month, but who else can tell me something about the month of Adar? Do we have any children here that can share with us a little about the month of Adar? I see Danica.
Go ahead, Tom. Raise your hand.
So you tell jokes because Adar, you're supposed to tell silly jokes. So
Good, thank you. It's a silly time, it's a happy time. Good.
What is it the day of? What's the holiday?
Because Purim is in Adar. Who can tell me a few things about Purim? Micah, do you have something to share? Chupnik?
no.
No. All right. Who else can share? Ezra Ellis, yeah.
That you make Hamentashen on Purim.
We make Hamentashen, great. Do the Freimans have anything to share that you can tell me about Purim?
No.
No, Mazal, I think you just muted yourself.
Here.
Yep.
Read the Megillah.
We read the Megillah, great. Who else can share? You can just unmute yourself because I might miss you.
On the 15th of Adar, a huge number of Jews were going to be executed, but that stopped due to Esther's intervention.
Oh, good. The 13th of Adar, but then the next day and the days after, right? They didn't die. They were saved because of Esther's intervention. Great. And because of that, and Danica shared with us, Misha nichnas Adar marbim besimcha. When we come to the month of Adar, we are abundant in joy. There is so much happiness and joy. Marbim besimcha. So we want to learn a little about these Hamentashen, which is something that we always celebrate Purim with, and we're going to be making. Let's learn a little about where do these Hamentashen come from.
Two, Mizrahi Jews traditionally bake mamuls, a cookie stuffed with nuts or dates. For Ashkenazi Jews, the customary Purim treats are Hamentashen, triangle-shaped cookies folded around a sweet filling. These iconic cookies have fueled Purim parties for generations, and there are about as many different kinds of filling as there are Purim costumes, though everyone knows Poppy is the best. This treat has evolved in form and meaning over centuries of Jewish culture. The oldest written mention of Hamentashen dates back to 16th century Italy. A Purim play by Yehuda Somo references a treat called Oznei Haman in Hebrew. The phrase literally translates to Haman's ears. Before you lose your appetite, don't worry. There is no evidence that his ears and head were ever separated. Also, several Eastern European cultures make dumplings with names that translate to little ears. So this 16th century name may just be referencing a dumpling for Purim. Chronologically, the next version we can find of the modern Hamentashen is the Central and Eastern European mon, or poppy seed-filled dessert. Many dishes from the region feature poppy seeds. A pastry or cookie pocket would be called a tash in Yiddish, so mon tashen would be cookie pockets filled with poppy seeds. Imagine saying that again and again over a span of a few hundred years in different Yiddish dialects and regional accents, and Hamentashen could end up sounding a lot like Hamentashen. It's entirely possible that Haman's name became associated with these cookies through coincidental variations in language and pronunciation. Either way, that association has stuck. Jewish children for generations have learned that the cookies are triangular because Haman wore a tri-cornered hat. This could be true, but our sources on 4th century BCE Persian royal court fashion are pretty limited, since all the copies of ancient Vogue burned up with the Library of Alexandria. A more recent
All right. Hopefully we learned a little about Hamentashen. And now we need to hear from you. Just a second. Oh. Now we need to hear from you. Right.
Okay, we're
Now
good.
we need to hear from you for just a second. What's your favorite type of Hamentashen? We're going to ask Julie to pop up a poll
Yep.
here
Are
on
you
the
ready?
screen.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Check your screen. Also, I forgot to mention before, you might want to put your oven on 350 while you're doing this poll. Okay, here we go. It's up.
What is your favorite
Hamantashen
Hamentashen filling?
There's a bunch of choices. Some you might even be making today. Everyone go ahead and vote. Let's see.
All right, we've got a bunch of votes. Let's see if we get a few more votes and see who wins.
There's still, oh, we're at 75% voted. Keep going.
All right, almost everyone's voted. What's your favorite type of Hamentashen? All right, are we ready to share the results?
Okay, if you haven't voted, now's your chance. There's still a few people who did not vote. If you want to make your vote counted, this is like an election. Go ahead, pick one kind. I know sometimes it's hard to just pick one because there's a lot of good choices on here. Should we look and see?
Let's see.
Okay.
Does anyone have a guess? Who won?
Yeah, before I share the results.
Or we share who has a guess? All right, let's see if you were right. Chocolate chip, 38%. 9 people said chocolate chip, but we got at least one vote for every type.
Yes. Prune was, it's 0 for a long time, but then finally somebody felt bad and voted for prune, which was nice of them. I bet we're gonna have a lot of people making chocolate chip today. I'm
Awesome,
surprised
very good.
Nutella only got 2. I'm kind of surprised about that. I think we might make some Nutella this morning, girls, right?
All right, now that it looks like we're all thinking about our favorite Hamentashen and we have our kitchens look like they're just about ready, it's time to turn it over to Megan. Are you ready?
Always. Hey everyone, thank you guys for joining us today. It's so nice to see everyone's beautiful faces. Thank you, Julie, for inviting me to be a part of your family congregation program. So let's get started. And if you guys have any questions or you want to talk, just let me know or let them know. We can have a conversation. So I'm going to use my mixer today. I know Julie said that you don't have to use your mixer, but I like using my mixer. So I'm going to lift it up and we are going to start creaming together the sugar, oil, eggs, and vanilla. So I'm just going to put that in. I've already pre-measured everything. So if you need to do that, take your time. I'm in no hurry. So I'm going to put my sugar in first. And
Megan,
then-
do you have the actual amounts in front of you?
I do.
Can you tell us?
Yeah,
Because I don't
sure.
have it in front of me.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for telling me.
Okay, I think I remember by now, but thank you. It's helpful.
I printed them off and I put them up on the wall. So
Well, that was smart.
thank you for telling me to mention that. So I put 2/3 cup of sugar inside the bowl. And then I have 1/2 cup of oil. Put that in. And then I put my eggs in, and we have 2 eggs. Just make sure you don't get any pieces in there. Sometimes I do that. And I have to spoon them out. And then here's my eggs. So I put sugar, oil, eggs, and then let me just wipe this up. And then for the vanilla, it's 1 teaspoon. How's everyone doing that far? If you've gotten that far with me, give me a thumbs up. Cool, I see some thumbs. I gotta scroll. Awesome, Naomi. Sweet. If you need some time, I totally understand. I don't want to go too quickly.
Can you repeat, please, what was the ingredient so far, please?
Yeah, no problem. So I first put in my sugar, and the sugar was 2/3 cups. And then the oil is 1/2 cup. And I put 2 eggs in and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up in my mixer. So it might be a little loud, and I'm sorry. I love seeing the ingredients come together. So to give you a little crumble of who I am, I'm also an artist. So for me, it's exciting to see everything kind of get mushy and come together. And then I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I like to make sure everything is mixed. If you've gotten that far, give me a thumbs up. Awesome, Ezra. Oh, okay, Rosenblatts, I got you. I like your glasses. That's cute. Oh, awesome, Leah. Let me see. I see Martha. She gave me a thumbs up. Awesome. I see Adava and Gal. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Please forgive me. Okay, excellent. I scrolled through everybody that I can see. I like the filters on here. Never got into it, but they're great. Okay, cool. So next, excuse me, we're gonna slowly add the flour and baking powder. So I'm actually I'm gonna alternate taking turns with it. I have 2.5 cups of flour already measured. So I'm gonna slowly pour in the flour with my hand. And the flour I'm using for this is the Pillsbury Best. So I use this when I'm making cookies. So it's different flour than from when I make challah. So now I'm going to slowly add in the baking powder, and I measured out 2 teaspoons. So I'm going to slowly add that in. Maybe put about half in first. And then I'm going to mix that up. If you got that far, touch your nose. Awesome. Awesome, Ezra. You guys are so awesome. Oh, I saw Albert's thumb up. You guys are such great bakers. Okay, so I'm going to turn my mixer on a little bit, see, so I can mix it up. Oh goodness. And it's okay to make a mess, because baking is messy and fun. Okay, now it's starting to kind of look like a dough, but I'm going to add more flour in. Actually, I'm going to add the rest of the flour in. Okay. Flour is in. Let me just kind of straighten up my workspace. I like to clean as I go, so we a little bit clean. So I'm gonna put the rest of the baking powder in. So there's like half. So I'm just gonna put it in and then mix it in. Does anyone have any questions? Or are you guys good? You can show me a thumbs up if you guys are good. I love seeing everyone's kitchens. I never knew I'd spend so much time in my kitchen in 12 months.
Megan, I have a question.
Yes, who is that?
It's Michelle.
Hey,
What-
Michelle.
Did you say that you added the baking powder and the flour slowly?
I did half flour first and then half of the baking powder. And then I mixed it and then now I put the rest in.
Okay, and why do you do that? Just to keep it under control, or is it like a reaction?
I was reading the directions and it said slowly to mix it together. So I just did it a little differently. No reason. You can put the whole thing in and that'll be okay too.
Just curious. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. My mixer is the small one. I have the 4.5 quart. So it does get, everything just kind of comes out. So yeah, I did it partly because it's small, but you can do whatever. So exciting.
Megan, is it 2.5 cups or just 1 cup of flour?
It says 2.5 cups of flour.
Oh.
Sorry, I should have asked, is everyone okay up to this point? And if not, and if I need to slow down, just let me know. I don't want to be Speedy Gonzalez on here on a Sunday morning. You guys are so awesome. I love seeing everyone's process. Just scrolling by to see everybody. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just watching you guys. I know it probably look funny being spotlight and staring at the computer. All right, so my dough, I'm gonna look at it. Oh, it looks and feels so good. It's like nice and soft and a little crumbly, but I think that should be good. When I was younger and I would make Hamentashen with my mom and my grandma, I'd love to like eat the dough. And I know you probably shouldn't because it's with eggs, but I gotta be a taste tester. All right, that looks good. So I'm gonna take this off, put it over here. I'm gonna take it off the mixer, on Betty, so we can have some space. Because my kitchen counter is very small. Okay. Now I'm just gonna take my spatula. I have like an all rubber one. It's an OXO brand. And I'm just gonna see how my dough is. Just scoop it around. How's everyone's dough looking? Are you guys good? Awesome. Thanks.
Very
Judy.
crumbly.
So ours is fairly crumbly. Like we have, I mean, most of it is good. Is this how it's supposed to look?
Julie, can you spotlight them so I can see them?
Yes, I'm just trying to see who's talking.
It's Naomi, Emmett, and George.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see you guys. There we
Oh, I
go.
see you.
Okay. So does this look okay? I mean, we have a solid chunk, but some of it's crumbly.
If it's
Looks like mine, I think so.
yeah,
It seems a little oily, but I feel like I'm gonna add more flour when I put it down.
yeah, if it's
roll-
kind of
it should be
crumbly, you
okay.
can add a little bit more oil to it. Mine is pretty, like, here, I'll put some up to the camera so you can see it. So mine's a little crumbly, but it's also kind of oily. I kind of like overflowed the oil when I made it. I tend to do that. I like my dough to be a little bit more oily. Was that good? Awesome. Thank you, George. I like your shirt. Cool. Was that helpful?
Another hand up.
Was that helpful?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did the Stellas have their hand up? I thought they did. Oh, maybe not. No? Okay. Oh, it was just playing with Zoom. Okay.
All right, now I'm just taking my dough out, and I tend to use more oil in all my baking. I tend to feel like my things kind of dry out quicker. I don't know if it's because of the heat in my apartment, but I tend to do a little bit more oil. Like I kind of like overflow it.
Megan,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you. I also have that, I didn't hear what you said with the crumbly.
Oh, I said if it's crumbly, here, I'll put mine up to the camera again so you can see Julie. As I get crumbles on my computer, that's totally cool. I usually add more oil.
Okay.
So it's not so, but this is like what it looks like. It kind of like looks moist, but not too dry.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. So now I'm gonna try rolling it out and like try and make it. It's funny, I was practicing this the other weekend and I make challah every day. And so when I went to go roll it, I was like, this is definitely not challah dough. So it's definitely a little different in managing it. All right. So I'm gonna get my roller. So right now mine looks like this. Kind of looks like a little squid. But it's nice and oiled. Also, so when I was practicing, I noticed that the counter gets really sticky. So I take some flour and I don't measure it. I just kind of stick my hand in and I sprinkle some flour onto my countertop. It doesn't get too sticky. Because the dough does get sticky. All right. How are we doing?
We're good over here, but Megan, I wanted to tell people, I put in the instructions, if you want to make chocolate chip Hamentashen, now would be probably the time we separate our dough. So we'll just do like half regular, and then I'll leave the other half sitting here, and in a little while, I'll add some mini chocolate chips to it, and then I'll roll that one out. But it's totally optional. We just like the combination of like cherry and chocolate chip, raspberry and chocolate chip. But the plain Hamentashen are good too. We're gonna do half and half.
That's a really great idea, Julie.
Yeah, and the mini chips work the best because obviously you can roll over them with your rolling pin. But, but either way, they're yummy. So we're gonna reserve half our dough.
Oh, okay. So I made a little ball. I'm gonna keep some on the side for that. I didn't think about that. That is awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna roll it out. And the rolling is a little tricky. This is my roller. I have like a French roller, so it like tapers off on the side. Because I use it to separate to like do the fillings of my challah, but it's also very handy. So
Megan, we're a little bit behind.
Cool.
And we just finished mixing our dough, and I opted to use shortening instead of oil.
Okay.
So I did add a little bit extra because it's a little crumbly, but I want to show this to you because I don't, I'm not sure if I need to add more still.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. Let me see. Awesome, hold on. There's a spotlight thing on. Can you like pinch it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can. Shh. This is my helper. My big two just went away. So this is the only one I got today.
I'm a toddler teacher, so I get it. I get
So
it.
it's not, I mean, it doesn't feel dry when I touch it, but it is very crumbly.
Yeah, so mine is kind of like the same.
Okay.
Mine looks the same.
Okay.
So if it's
So I
not
can go with this?
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
My pleasure. So I find the most difficult part is the rolling out part, making it as thin or as even. So it says to roll it out about 1/4 to 1/8 thick. So I'm really bad at measurements, so I kind of eyeball it. All right.
We got a new rolling pin this year with guides on it. That's really fabulous.
Can I see it? Can you put it up to the camera and then maybe they can spotlight you so I can see it?
It has little screw-in rings that go on the sides.
Oh my gosh.
They're really nice, and it has markings for the measurement. Like
Oh my gosh.
I bought this.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I think that's awesome. Hold on. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Size guides that you can put on here to make a certain thickness.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, my friend who is a professional chef in Montreal, she told me when I started to get this kind of pin, so I listened and this is what I got. But that looks really great. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, Leah, can you show us how to use the rolling pin with measurements? Naomi wanted to see that. I'm gonna spotlight you again.
Yes, it has these little
Find you. Hold on one second. Hold on, let me just find you on here.
You're there somewhere. I'm talking. So.
Oh, here you are. Okay, I'm gonna put you on the screen so everyone can see you. Okay, there we go.
So it's a rolling pin that has a screw out container thing, and there are these discs. There's 4 of them that have different size measurements. So you put the measurement you want on here. So this is the 1/4 cup. Oh, there, Sylvia's got the other discs. The 1/4 inch. And then when you roll it, you can see here's the rolling pin and here's where the table is going to be. So there's a distance between them.
Well, that looks amazing.
And so it gives you exactly the thickness you want.
I should invest in that.
It was like, I don't know, $20 maybe. It was, yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that is really neat. Well, I guess for next year, although the holiday's not until Thursday night, so you might have time to get that before. But for today, we'll just sort of have to eyeball it, I guess. But that is really neat.
It is really neat.
Because you could make a really thin one for the toppings, the buttercream and stuff.
Oh, wow. I've never used buttercream before. Thank you. All right. So I think that looks good. I'm going to try showing you my counter. Sorry for the mess over there. This is how small my kitchen is. So there's the counter. Here's my dough. I think that looks good. Feels good. And then to make my circles, I'm using the top of a blender bottle. It's a little bit over 3 inches. How's everyone up to this point? Awesome. Thank you, Ezra and Mom. How are you guys doing?
And another question.
Yeah.
Why do you roll it between parchment paper? Is it just so it won't stick to the rolling pin? That was in your direction.
Julie wrote the directions.
Oh, okay, Julie. Why do you?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to hear. Did I say to roll it out in between 2 pieces of parchment?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
You know what? Today on my own counter, I don't know if you can see, I actually just use parchment. I have a granite counter, so you could just do it right on your granite if you put some flour down. I don't necessarily, today I didn't put a piece of parchment on the top. I guess you could, but it slides around, it's hard to do. I think this dough is pretty easy to work with, but you don't really need to do that. There's so much oil in the dough, it feels like it's not gonna stick, but I definitely put some flour down before I started.
All right. I was
It's not necessary. Just make sure you have some flour on your counter if you're not gonna use parchment.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Sure. We might be a little ahead over at my house. We're starting to fill some of our circles. So I know everyone's sort of at a different time, but here, I'll show everyone who's looking.
Yeah, I'm in the cutting phase.
Yeah, you're still cutting. Here, I'll show my screen. We're starting to fill a little bit.
Nice. All right. And the flour on the counter helps a lot to help it not stick. Oh, the dough feels so good. Awesome. All right. Okay. Just trying to get it off my counter. I think I used a little too much oil, but it's okay. The dough feels good. It's just my counter maybe needs some more flour. All right. I'm gonna move my bowl out of the way. All right. This will do over here. All right. So the first filling I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my Nutella. I love Nutella. And it's a brand new one. That's even better. All right, so silverware. I can't wait to decorate. I got so many exciting things to decorate these with that I went a little berserk with them, but I'm excited. So, okay, so I'm gonna start filling. Then I'm using a spoon. A little spoon. Oh, amazing. So I'll do some chocolate. I also like doing lemon, and this is the lemon curd from Trader Joe's. And I also use this in my challah. It's like a lemon drop in your mouth. It's delicious. Actually, all my preserves are from Trader Joe's. And that's probably because my husband works there. So I love Trader Joe's. All right, so I'm going to do one chocolate, one apricot. This is the apricot that I'm using as well. Also from Trader Joe's.
We're going old school. We're using the solo apricot, but yours looks good. We should have done a poll, I was thinking, of if you fold or you pinch. I feel like I saw a poll online and more people pinch their Hamentashen together than fold. But we're trying to do some of both at my house and we'll see how they come out. But I have to tell you, one tip that we already learned and my kids just had an issue, do not overfill, right, Megan? If you overfill, you're gonna have stuff all over.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but try to use, I don't know how much you use. We'll try to use like a teaspoon.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. I'm actually using a tablespoon, but yeah, I should probably.
Not full. Yeah, maybe even a half teaspoon. I know you want to put a lot of filling in there, but it ends up spilling out and bubbling over. So if you want like that perfect looking Hamentashen when they're baked, use a little bit less than even you think you might need to.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what we've learned over testing these.
Sorry, I make strange noises when I bake. Okay.
Megan, we can't really see you filling them.
Okay, sorry. Here you go. Let me move my computer up a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Like the whole point. Hold on, let me scooch everything up there. That looks better. Does that look better to you guys?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for letting me know. Yep, I kind of overfilled them a little bit. Thanks, Julie, for mentioning that. Okay, I'm gonna get my spatula thing. So sometimes I have a hard time getting it off the counter, so I have to like gently scoop them up. I'm gonna bring my pan back over once I'm done folding, and then I'll decorate. I decorate on the pan. Yeah, so I do the pinching method. Okay. How's everyone doing? You guys are working so hard. Can the dough be used for other pastries? I don't see why not. I've never used Hamentashen dough for anything else, but you could try it and let me know.
I think maybe like a sugar cookie. I mean, if you taste the dough by itself, once these are baked, it does taste like a pretty nice sugar cookie.
That's true, it does.
I mean, the nice thing about this dough being with the oil is that it's parve. I mean, I know sometimes we're putting dairy fillings in it, but it's nice that it's parve with the oil. Sometimes I think a dough with butter might, I don't know, I don't want to say might taste better, but sometimes it is a little bit more yummy maybe. But I think this oil one's really versatile and it's easy to use. And the nice thing is you could see we didn't even have to chill it. We just went right from mixing to filling, which is great if you have kids who are impatient and don't want to chill dough for 2 hours, you know, after they've made it.
Or even adults who are not patient.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. Adults too. So we're still rolling out over here. And in a minute, we're going to use our other half of dough that we set aside. And I think we're going to put some chocolate chips in it. So I'll leave my camera on so you can see both of us doing it.
Cool. I'm still filling as well, and then I'll do decorating after. My dough, I think I rolled it, my dough, yeah, I rolled my dough to be a little too thin, but that's okay. That is okay. Cool. I'm making more chocolate ones. And my dough is a little crumbly today and oily at the same time. As soon as I'm done with this pan, I will put it over here and I'll show you my decorating stuff.
Teaspoon at a time. We add extra water, teaspoon at a time if it's crumbly.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Thank you.
And I like what Judy Schiller recommended to use the dough for rugelach.
Oh, that is a great idea. I haven't made those in a really long time.
I see Judy asked what the ideal thickness is. I think probably 1/8 of an inch. But if your dough is a little too oily, you might need to leave it more at 1/4 of an inch because it may break apart when you try to roll it out to 1/8 of an inch. Honestly, like Megan was saying, we just eyeball it here and it still comes out really yummy. So if you're having a hard time getting it to stay together, just don't roll it so thin. Maybe when you use a butter dough, you might be able to roll it thinner, but with the oil, I feel like you might need to leave it more at 1/4 of an inch.
Yeah. I'm just gonna move that over so that I can start decorating. Okay. I have one more left. This little baby. Okay. gonna bring my pan over here. Let's scooch this up a little bit more.
Megan, yours looks so good.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to show everyone, I just added some mini chocolate chips to the rest of our dough. It's a little harder to roll out when it's got those mini chips in there, but it'll still work.
Well, I'm
It's just a
excited.
fun
That
addition.
looks delicious.
Yeah, just a fun addition. No one has to do it, but if you don't have the chips with you now, you can always try it again another time.
All right. So, put this lid over here. All right. What do I want to do first? So I picked up some icing, some decorating icing. I got white, and then I got this like silver drizzle. So I got it from Sur La Table. It's a little fancy, but I wanted to have some fun with this. And I'm also thinking about adding it because it turned out really pretty on my Hamentashens from last weekend when I was practicing. I'm going to use it on my challah. So I'm going to see what it looks like all bedazzled. But I also got these like sugar gems too from Michael's. So let's see. And then I got this cake drip, vanilla flavor. It's also, this brand is really nice. It's called Cake Craft. They make really great food coloring gel for baking. So, all right, what to start first? Okay. So I'm actually gonna I have to warm up this vanilla. So I'm gonna do that for a few seconds. Hold on. All right, okay, so to add, I'll start with the silver drizzle while I wait for the other thing to come out. I just beat. Perfect. Okay. So this is done. I can put the cap back on. All right. So let me move this down. Let me move this dough over. That looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to take this Cake Craft cake drip. And I love it because as a painter, I like making drips. So I'm going to just drizzle it on the apricot and on the chocolate one. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm gonna, for the silver drizzle, you can use a paintbrush. But I clean these off and one of them is brand new. But I use these. So I'm just gonna take, this is like an angled one. And I'm just gonna dip it into the silver drip so it looks like that. And I'm gonna paint it on the sides of my Hamentashen. Gives it like a silvery glare. Also tastes like vanilla. It actually doesn't taste like anything. So that is on, and then I also have some sprinkles. I use this too. I have these gold and silver sprinkles that I used for Hanukkah, for gelt, when I made challah gelt coins. And I'm just going to sprinkle them in a little bit. They look so pretty. Okay, let me see if I can show you. All right, so there's that one. I also picked up these really cute crown sprinkles as well. I got these from Michael's. I'll put that on in the chocolate one. So, okay, that one looks like it's done. Actually, I can put some more drizzle on that one. Some silver and gold. How's everyone doing? Awesome. Aw.
The food products are also available at Joann, including Wilton products work well.
Oh, very nice. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Where is there at Joann Fabrics?
Well, unfortunately, we just closed the one in Solon, but we do have one on Mayfield Heights, Eastgate,
No.
Golden Gate.
Golden
And-
Gate.
And
Gotcha.
the big, beautiful one with a great food crafting section is
I'll
in
have to go over there. I usually don't go over there. Living on the, I don't know, living in Shaker, I guess. I don't know. I don't usually get out to Mayfield that often, but I should check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess sometimes I don't always travel far. I do travel to Solon for deliveries for challah, and to Mayfield, but I never like spend a lot of time out in that area.
There's also the enormous one down in Hudson where their headquarters are.
Oh wow! I didn't know they were a local based company.
They have an enormous campus down there.
Well, I should really venture out. I've been back in Cleveland now for like 5 or 6 years. My husband and I relocated back from New York. And he works at Trader Joe's and I work at the JCC. So that's also no excuse for not trying to adventure out. I just need to broaden my territory. Okay, so I'm going to put this pan in.
Hey, Megan, we had a question. It's probably right about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Naomi Weiss asked about the topping. She said, are they always added before you bake the Hamentashen?
Yeah, I had mine before.
Is that done after you bake them? Those were two things she asked. In the
I
chat.
do. I do the toppings before I bake them.
That's so interesting because I would have thought to do the toppings after. That's really cool. Although I don't have the special fancy toppings that you have.
That's okay. Oh yeah, I also got this too. I'm gonna experiment with this one on the chocolate one. It's a edible glitter spray.
Oh, it's very festive.
Yeah, I kind of went overboard on this. Ooh, wow.
Well, you'll have to pick it up and show us because we can't see the very bottom. Will you show us what the Hamentashen looks like with the spray on it, or maybe it's
yeah. Can you?
Oh, that's cool. Here, move it back and drop towards you. Oh, there we go. I can see it now. Oh, that's cool.
Can you spotlight me for a minute?
Oh, I thought you were spotlighted.
No, you're spotlight.
Sure. There we go. Yeah, you should be spotlighted for everybody. I hope everyone can see that. That's really neat. I might have to up my game and go out and get some of this fun stuff later. But actually, I have one more question. When Naomi wrote, when you dip Hamentashen in chocolate, is that done after you bake them? I don't know if that's what I was planning on doing, right?
Yes, do it after you bake it.
Yeah, I was gonna dip them in chocolate and maybe put some sprinkles, dip them in sprinkles, but.
Yeah, no, I would do that after for sure.
Okay, so this fancy cool topping we'll do before if you have it. And then after we can always dip in chocolate. I don't know if everyone's are in the oven. I put one tray in the oven so far.
Do that.
I would watch it The recipe says 8 to 12 minutes. The first time I made them, it was closer to 12. It just depends how you like them. Some people like them really soft, and 8 or 9 might be perfect for you. We like them soft, but a little less soft. So we did 12. I think once we even did 14. So keep an eye on it, but you might want to start at 8. And Judy asked, what is the chocolate filling you're using? Megan, what did you use?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I had to fix my tray because I was proofing hollow last night. I used Nutella.
I did too. But you know what? I wrote in the recipe, Smucker's hot fudge actually works really well too.
It does. It really does.
Yeah. I actually like it better
Julie?
with chocolate chip because it melts. The chocolate
Julie,
chips
can I add
melt and they
something?
solidify again.
Julie, can I add something about the Nutella?
Sure.
So we have this trick that we take biscuits, like Kedem biscuits or any Petty Bear biscuits, and we crush them like the biscuits that you make with the chocolate balls, Israeli chocolate balls.
Oh, right. Yes, we've made the chocolate. Yeah, we've made those balls before. Right.
So when you want to make the filling with Nutella, you mix inside the Nutella a little bit of those biscuits. So the Nutella is not so wet, and then it stays strongly and nicely in the Hamentashen.
That's a really good idea. I wouldn't have even have thought of that. It's almost like when you have a cookie butter, like with crushed up cookies in there.
Yeah.
Give it some texture. That's a good idea to crush up some biscuits.
Yeah, you know what? I've also used crushed up Oreos too.
Oh yeah, like an Oreo cookie butter.
Crushed
That's
Oreos.
yeah.
And also when you have a jam, you can put inside the jam those crumbs, so the jam is not so wet as well.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Especially if you're trying to use that stuff up before Passover, you can clean out your pantry and find all those Kedem biscuits. That's a really good idea. Thanks,
And
Janina.
then the last tip that I have, and I wanted to ask Megan if she heard about it. After you make the shapes, sometimes the dough in the heat can like open up. So you can put it in the fridge for 10 minutes or so, and then move it right away to the oven. And then you have less all those problems of opening up the Hamentashen.
Oh, thank you so much. How do you say your name?
Janina.
Thank you so much. Very helpful.
Megan, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
We sort of missed when you started putting all the icing on. So the one that you're using, it doesn't melt in the oven or?
No.
What is it again that you're using? That's the pink one.
Oh, this one is it's cake drip.
Okay, and it just comes in all different colors, or?
I think they Sur La Table had like pink, orange. They only had like a few colors. But I don't know, they might have them at Joanne Fabric. I don't know. Do they sell those there? I don't know.
Well, they do have a big baking aisle. Yeah, that's actually a good place to look. They have a lot of Wilton stuff. So if Wilton makes it.
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Joanne has those in the, you're right, the Wilton section,
Okay.
particularly in Hudson, it's huge.
Okay,
Oh,
that's good to know.
I'll have to make a trip out there. Something like it's so far away, but it's, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can also start with Eastgate. That's much closer to Shaker,
It is.
but just not as big.
It's just one stop past Michael's.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just.
right past Michael's.
You know, a lot of people make fun of me for not traveling far, but I know I should. I'm gonna do some more. Oh, I have peanut butter. I forgot. I'll try a peanut butter. All right. Peanut butter. And I'll put chocolate chips on that. Let me check on you guys. Hi, Kalina and Hannah. Okay. My stomach is growling a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I want to eat these. Okay. Try folding them. I forgot about my Hamentashen. They're looking good. Should have set a timer.
While we're in process, I hope everybody knows we have a mixology tomorrow night. It's alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Hope you join us 7 o'clock.
Yeah, you need a drink to go with your Hamentashen, right? These are not dry, but if they're dry, you definitely want to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, it's with Pam. I'm so excited. I grew up with her. Let me check.
Is anyone using date spread? We have Israeli date spread in our pantry. That's what we're using as a filling. Anyone else?
Down so you can see.
We're using dates too, from Dubai. One of Michelle's students brought it to her after they were there during break.
I also have caramel drizzle as well. Caramel dripping stuff. And for that, I like to use my fork. And I dip it into the caramel drip. And then I just like to drip it on. Messier, the better. I also got the chocolate fudge Smuckers as well. I can do that one next. And I have some rocket ship glitter, rocket ship sprinkles. I got this at Walmart. Let me see those. Those are coming out nicely.
Okay, while everyone's preparing, we want to put up on the screen for children to see if you can find the Hamentashen in the picture. Let's see if you can find 10 Hamentashen.
That's a really nice collage.
Did you find them? There's one. Good. Who found them all? Good job.
Can we ask a question while the kids are looking?
Of course.
Yeah, we put chocolate chips, the large ones, inside, and they, after the 12 minutes or so, they really didn't melt too much. Should we be, using that as a measure of time in addition to the dough?
Yeah, I noticed that mine did that too last week. They didn't melt for me either, so I didn't use them for that. But you could try them to be a little bit longer to get them to melt.
Yeah.
Because they're thicker.
Okay, thanks.
Of course.
Yeah, Ed, I wanted to tell you, I think I mentioned it before. If you try Smucker's hot fudge, I think you'll get the texture that you're looking for. Yeah. Oh, look, Megan's got it right there. I didn't buy any this time, but yeah, it works really well. I like it better than chocolate chips, honestly. I do have chocolate chips here because I'm melting some right now. I'll use them probably for drizzling. But as far as the inside, I think the Smucker's hot fudge is really good. And Naomi Weiss, yeah, she just wrote, last year her chocolate chips didn't melt much either. Yeah, if you want that smooth, I guess sort of Nutella consistency, then use hot fudge.
Or perhaps melt them before putting
Yeah,
them.
that's true, but I think they might solidify
Oh,
again. You know what I mean? Once they go back in the oven.
Julie, did you say you're melting them like you showed us, like a bag?
Oh, yeah, so I'm just playing around here. Here, I'll show my camera. I just took some chocolate chips and I put them in a sandwich bag.
Well, that's such a great idea.
Close the bag. I put it in some hot water. I just boiled some water to almost boiling in my microwave. And then what I'll do is, some of my Hamentashen came out already, but what I'll do is I'll snip the bag and then I'm gonna do like a drizzle. My kids, I asked them if they wanted to dip and then dip into sprinkles, but they didn't. So I think we'll do the sprinkling. But yeah, if you're looking for an easy way to melt chocolate chips with kids, I mean, obviously the water's hot, you need to do this part, but I think this is easier than starting a whole double boiler on your stove. Just take a bag, put some chocolate chips in, close it, and I can feel they're almost completely melted right now. And yeah, then I'm just gonna snip this and I'll make it like a little piping bag, and I'll just go back and forth across the Hamentashen.
And you could probably do that as a filler too.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You could use this to fill if you want it to be, I guess, if you wanted it to look sort of more perfect than just throwing stuff in there.
Julie thought it might harden.
All right.
We'll
great,
try
thanks.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, I would try either melting or I would definitely try the Smucker's hot fudge. I think you'll like that consistency.
Yeah, sounds
Great idea. Thank you, Julie.
Okay. Want to come on and say hi? love some dough. Decisions.
No decisions.
I know I have to go grocery shopping after I'm done. You can make a sandwich.
Okay.
There's stuff in the bottom.
There's no cheese.
The life of our household on a Sunday. You have to go grocery shopping. Sundays are my meal prep days. Sundays are my trip to Trader Joe's, as Kalina knows.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Because my son is seeing all this chocolate that we usually don't use. I'm a traditional person here. So now he wants to dip them and everything else. Do we let the Hamentashen cool first, or are you just putting it right on?
I put it right on, but I think you can do it either way.
Those are mine. Those are the apricot ones.
You can see I'm drizzling chocolate. Well, Lila's drizzling chocolate right now. We let ours cool for a few minutes, but there's definitely still warm. We got a lot of chocolate going on here. Yeah. A little bit less
I'm gonna do
traditional.
chocolate next. What did you, oh, I'll do raspberry and chocolate. That sounds delicious. And then this is the raspberry that I'm using as well. It's from Trader Joe's. Can you guys see it? Julie, do you mind spotlighting me when you have a minute after your sprinkles? There it is. All right. Can you guys see what I'm doing okay?
What happens if we eat them all before pork?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even make a cookie cover. I'll do the painting one with food coloring next, after I'm done making my Hamentashen.
Megan, can you demonstrate folding on one?
Yeah, for sure. I'll do it on this one. I like to do the pinching style. I haven't mastered the folding style. Let me just roll this out my last little bit. Thank you guys for being on with us today and inviting me. It's so nice to meet new people in the community.
Thank you for being with us. We're excited to have more offerings and all your challahs and everything that you're doing and teaching at the Mandel JCC. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm with the 18-month-olds to 2-year-olds this year. I have an early childhood education and special ed degree from Teachers College. And I just love kids. We're making Hamentashens this week. So I'm excited.
We got our first batch out of the oven.
Yay, let's see that.
There we go. Date spread and strawberry preserves.
Can we see that?
Those look great, Rabbi Hale. I see Ezra has some on his screen too. If you have some out of the oven and you want to put them, oh wait, I think the Hurwitzes do too. If you want to put them in the camera so we can see them.
Ezra, yeah, those look excellent.
Yeah, I know. Those look really good.
I know, your chocolate drizzle is like on point.
Rabbi Josh's look good too, but that's his virtual background. That's not his Hamentashen.
Okay, so let me fill these and then I'll do the folding. Because I heard someone say they wanted me to do the folding. Not a problem. Not a problem. Hold on. Okay, so I'll do lemon curd this time. Lemon and chocolate, sure, why not? Okay, so I'm gonna do the folding now. Let me move my camera. Let me clean up some of my mess.
I have to be honest, I'm a sous chef today. These are Erica's.
Awesome. It's nice to meet you, Hal. And your wife as well. All right, so what I'm doing is that I always start with the top. This is kind of thin. Start at the top and then I will gradually lift it up from the back and I bring it up to my sides and I will pinch it together. I rolled it really thin. I'll do it again.
I don't know where all our Lysol went.
All right, so
No, I have plenty. I don't know where the bottles are that I can refill. I have refill.
So I lift it up and I pinch at the top. And then I'll pick it up from the back. And then I'll pinch it into the sides. And then there you go. Is that a good timer just went off?
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. Let me grab the ones out from the oven. I can show you guys. Oh, so I definitely like overfilled. So the peanut butter like came out. So that was interesting. Oh no, that is actually the caramel that I put on top. The caramel did not stick on there. So I would put the drizzle on after. So I'm gonna try that because that was not as successful, but that's okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in and then I'll do the drizzle after, the decorating after. Let me set my timer. Cheese. Timer, 12 minutes. I still have some dough left, so I will make a few more.
Minna, yours looks so good.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, they do.
I'm gonna try adding some spotlights so people can see each
Yeah.
other's. Oh, wow, those look great.
They do.
Oh, great.
Nice job. Okay, here we go. We'll spotlight Ezra's for everyone so they can see his.
Oh, wow.
Look like they came from a bakery.
I know. Those are
Wow.
beautiful.
I have to say, everyone's look better than ours. Good job, guys. You must be expert Hamentashen bakers. Let's see if there's anyone else I can see who's holding up. Hurwitz's, are yours done? I think they are. Let me see. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Nice. Oh, we almost have the same countertop. That's funny. Those look great. Very nice. Let me see if I can find, I think that's all the ones I see in the camera. Oh, Spencer's showing us one here. Hold on, Spencer. There you go. Oh, beautiful. That also looks like it came from a
Wow.
bakery.
I'm so impressed by you guys. I've learned so much from you.
Here, Lila will hold up one of ours too. Here, Lila, want to hold up one of ours? Yeah. Well, we don't even need to hold it up. You can kind of see. Here's what the chocolate chip ones look like.
Really, that looks great.
Yeah, these are, I like the chocolate chip. It's kind of fun, but I like the regular too. And there's some regular. Oh, Lila, want to hold up here. She wants to show you her folding technique.
Wow, that is beautiful.
We do both. We do folding and we do pinching. But yeah, there's some chocolate chip. Nice job, everyone.
Seriously. Let me just take these over to Nicole.
Julie, how is the, do you have any left to fold?
Wait, I think it was hard to hear you, Michelle. Did you ask about folding?
Yeah. We've seen the pinch. We're just curious about the fold. That was
I know.
different than what Megan demonstrated, right?
Yeah, I mean, we do, well, our pinching is the same way that we pinch as Megan does, but I wish I could show you how I fold it. But I don't think I have any dough left. Let me go look.
And Julie?
You know what? I don't have any dough left.
Julie?
You
Erica
have
said
dough,
she
Rabbi
can
Hill?
show you her method. Do you hear me?
Yeah, what did you say?
Erica said she can show you her method.
Oh, that would be great. I have no dough. Let's see. That would be even better
Hold
probably
on, I
than my
just gotta
method.
get the camera.
Okay.
Okay. So we just do over under. So pinch over, fold. See?
Oh, nice.
And it's very forgiving then. So if you notice, it doesn't actually matter. I use a Tori AV dough recipe, but it doesn't, you can use any dough. And when it comes out, it still has the same look, but you don't end up having Hamentashen that open up.
I'm gonna try that. Wow, those look beautiful.
Over under kind of pin, it's folding.
You do another one?
Yeah, do another one. That was great.
For the sake of the batch that needs to come out.
Yeah, do you want to take that out of the oven, Hal? Hal?
Yeah, I got it.
I overfilled this one.
Okay, so this is just apricot preserve. And folding is also pretty forgiving if you put too much in, which I generally do because I like it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so fold over aside, fold over on top of that, on top of that, and then the last one underneath. And it's fast also. And then you don't have to go back and squeeze it a number of times before it goes into the oven. Especially if you're mass producing them, this works. Okay, Hal, if you burn the Hamentashen
Now I
that are
gotta
in
get
the
the
oven,
Hamentashen.
I'm not gonna be happy.
Your oven sounds exactly like my oven. You were scaring me for a second. Go get those Hamentashen. That was great. Thank you so much, Erica.
Yeah,
I should have saved Joe, but I'm glad you had Joe sitting there.
I'm trying to do what you're doing. The folding.
Yeah. Oh, look, see, Megan's doing the folding.
Oh, I did it. Thank you, Erica.
It's kind of fun to mix it up.
They look so cute.
Do two different kinds.
While everyone's finishing up, we want to share our upcoming holiday Chavayot programs with everyone. We're so glad you could make it here. Thank you again, Megan, and to the Retreat Institute and Jewish Education Center, to Julie. Just upcoming, you can mark your calendar. And on Thursday, March 18th at 4:30, we're going to have a special program, Holiday Chavaya program for Passover, making our own tablescapes, landscapes for Passover, and there will be a pickup in advance of special materials to help make landscapes for Passover, and upcoming Yom HaAtzmaut and Shavuot still later to come this year. So we're excited to have you join us for all of these programs and so much more that we're running at B'nai Yesharon.
Right, and we want to thank the JEC for this program as well as those ones coming up. Look for information. I know Purim is this week, so look for information about the Passover one after Purim, but that's going to be a very fun one. We're going to make some exciting things. I'll give you a preview for people who are still here and can see me. We're going to make some exciting things that will go on your Seder table. Here, I'll spotlight myself for a second so you can see. Does everyone see? Here's a preview. That's a sneak peek. That's all you get. You'll have to come back and learn more, but we're going to make those for our Seder table. Also, you know that this is a very, very busy week for B'nai Yesharon because we have tons of Purim stuff coming up. So join us on Thursday night for the Megillah reading. We have a family Megillah reading at 6:30 with the Bible players, and anyone who's seen them knows they are very fun. And it's not just for families, it's for anyone who wants to join. They do a great show, lots of fun, jokes for adults too. So that's at 6:30. And then there's an improv at 8 o'clock. That would be more for adults while kids go to bed. Then Friday morning, I have Kinder Shabbat for Purim. And Yanina is going to join me, although I think she left already, but she's going to join me and add some Hebrew into our Kinder Shabbat. And Sunday morning, a week from today, we have a Purim puppet show at 11 a.m. And we're going to make our own puppets as well with a puppet group from Wonder Spark Puppets of New York City. So look for all that information. I know Shani sent out an email this morning with lots of Purim things in it. So check your email from this morning or check our website. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to get rid of my spotlight. Megan, how are yours tasting?
They're really, I don't know. They haven't.
Oh, I saw you eating something. Sorry, you were just taking a sneak of a topping, right? Oh, that's funny. I know. Who can resist when the Nutella's open, right?
Let me get one. Hold on.
That's funny. I haven't opened mine yet. I mean, I haven't eaten mine yet, but they're sitting here. They're tempting me. I think this might be lunch today. What about anybody else? I don't know.
Here, I got an apricot one.
Oh, there we go. Oh, you got a lot of filling in there.
I know.
Be careful if you eat them right out of the oven, guys, because the filling is hot. So you got to sometimes let it cool for a few minutes.
It's so good.
And I only know that from experience, of course. But yes, these are great. Thank you so much, Megan.
My pleasure.
If you have any other questions, let us know. Or you can continue to decorate, continue to bake, or you can just go snack on some Hamentashen, like I said, for lunch.